I just wanted to get something out front at the beginning of the video before I proceed. Just want to give credit where credit's due. Like I did some research after the fact. This because most of these kits off of AliExpress generally are taken from somebody that's done them probably on Rebrickable. And when I just did a quick search, looked through it, there's lots of ones, and I found one that's just like this, and I believe that's what it's from. So it's from, I want to give credit where credit's due. So this is Lioncity Mocs, and the MOC number is 24110, if I'm not mistaken. But just do a search for Metal Slug tank or something, and you'll find something that looks like this. So it should be under Lioncity Mocs. So you did a great job. But yeah, I didn't know that until after I bought the kit from AliExpress. But anyways, it is what it is here. But I just wanted to at least get that up front before getting into the rest of the video. Okay, so just got some stuff from AliExpress. Just some inexpensive fun. Most of the stuff I've been getting are $20-ish, maybe less, somewhere around there. It depends what it is. And this is going to be related to what I got in my hands. This is a little tank from Metal Slug. I guess this specific tank would be Metal Slug. I think there's a specific like name for this thing, like SV. What is it? I'm trying to find a picture of it. I don't remember the exact name. SV-001, I think that's what it is. And it's a cool tank game. And well, you have these soldiers and they go around. It's a side-scrolling game basically, but it's got cool graphics. It's almost semi-steampunkish in some ways, I feel like. You don't know if you played this game, but that made several iterations of it, like 1, 2, 3, I think up to 10 or something, I forget, but and they just gradually improve or change some stuff up about it, but it's more or less. And you have these Gatling guns that can swivel like around like this, and this is like one of the main cannons that fires, and it just rolls around, and it's pretty cool. You can hop into this thing, and you take too many hits, it'll blow up. Along with this, I gotta kind of hold it up like this because this thing just fell out of a display case that I was cleaning out because wanted to bring this out to show. I actually have a large version of this, a larger one that's even more detailed, and it can actually transform into a robot. Pretty cool. And it's got like working lights too, but that's packed away somewhere. I haven't had a chance to really dive into that, but I just wanted to get a hold of it because I always really like this tank design. Let me get a little bit closer look. And that's what you should expect to see here. It's like a mock, like Lego build. Oh, it's not really Lego parts. I'm not sure where they're from, but nonetheless, it should look something like this. If I can get a picture of this from the AliExpress site, I'll flash it up somewhere right about here, so you get an idea of what to expect and how it compares to this. Pretty close. It's not perfect, but for a brick-based one, it's one of the better ones I've seen. There's a couple other MOCs out there, and I'm guessing it should be about as wide as my hand, like something like that, just based on the parts that I saw. But yeah, I think this will be fun just to have a Lego brick-built version of it. And just to show you, let me back it up a little bit. These are some of the other vehicles. I don't have anything that makes this, although I think there might be something. These are just like little like pullback toys. But I got them just because they're kind of fun little representations of the vehicles that you can pilot or drive in it. Mainly, it's the SV-001 Metal Slug tank. But sometimes I think you can get this Harrier, or do these come in Harrier-like airplane? It kind of hovers, and you've got these large Gatling guns on the side. It's pretty funny. A lot of stuff is kind of super deformed, but it's kind of cool and fun in its own way. Very stylized, and pretty sure you can pilot this. I forget if enemies come in. Same goes with this. There's a helicopter with some Gatling guns. I imagine you probably could pilot something like this. This doesn't spin around. This is kind of fixed, unfortunately. It's not the this one's all right. It's kind of rough, but you know, the main thing I got it for was the tank. Uh, these just came with the set, and this is an example of one of the enemy tanks. They usually have like this. Sort of looks like a World War II, German style tank, especially with this like Iron Cross type of design. But it's not, it's not like this. They just tilt to about 45 degrees, so it looks more like an X. But they have various ones. They have some that are like really tall, like triple stacked high, like kind of tanks like this, and large mega bosses and everything. It's a pretty cool game. I'm not really particularly the best at it at all, but I still enjoy playing it. And you can see this is, I guess, officially licensed because the brand is SNK, the video game. I think they did King of Fighters and a number of other arcade games back in the, I guess, 80s or definitely in the 90s. And yeah, anyways, I just have to download the PDF instructions. I believe they are on this QR code that's on here, hopefully. And if I can, I'll just get into building it. Hopefully this is complete. You never know with these brick built systems from off of AliExpress. Some of them I got like the Stranger Things that I did not too long ago. That was surprisingly, as many parts as it has, it was pretty complete and had a lot of stuff that pretty much just like the real one, but except for a couple of details which I explained in the video that I fixed. Anyways, so I'll get into that and she'll return once it's built, and it'll be just like this when it happens. It'll just transition into that because I'm not going to show me building it. That's kind of boring unless I find something particular interesting build technique, then maybe I'll share that. Okay, so the build is done. Came together pretty easily for the most part. There were some weird bits in the middle. So building the structure for the bottom portion of the tank, where the alignment wasn't connecting. Well, there were some parts that didn't connect as you were building it across the length. Somewhere they wanted to put a couple pieces here, but it didn't actually physically connect anything. So you really need a tabletop, some surface to kind of lay it down and just kind of arrange them the way they have it on the instructions. And then as you're building it, it starts to connect. And then there's some bits that just didn't seem to connect oddly. You can kind of see here there's like a gap, and some parts are not like completely level, but somehow they all fit together. So yeah, I think overall it turned out pretty good. Let's back this up just a little bit. Let's get this better in frame. And here's one of the source materials that you can kind of base it off of. You got the spotlight up here, as well as this. I don't know what this thing is. It's kind of like that here. You guys have antennas. The only thing this thing is missing, and I do have some reference material of this book that's based on the game. There should be like I guess it's kind of like another exhaust pipe that comes out the top, this top part, somewhere near here in the back. And then there's of course these extra set of exhaust tips that come out from the bottom, which is kind of replicated here, which is pretty cool. And then you have this turret. This is faced up. I think that's just one way to pose it, and I could arrange it to have it out this way, but as you're playing the game, you can use this to like kind of sweep the area up across it, depending if you got aerial targets. That's what you would use, or anything that's pretty much, and it goes, basically hits 180 degrees, maybe even slightly more. It might go down slightly, but yeah, the sweeps. There's a double set of these Gatling guns, I guess, and that's replicated here. And yeah, I could send them out this way, but I kind of like them forward. But you got, I don't know, this bit of detail here. I mean, the coloring is one thing, and I'll get to that later. You got these bars here, which is kind of represented like there. Short, stubby main cannon, right? And you got like, you can see right here, these don't connect to anything. This part right in there, you can kind of see that. But it's supposed to kind of represent like this turret is, you know, connected to these, I don't know, hydraulics or pistons, and it kind of controls the angle. I mean, this can pivot a little bit, but realistically, it really, I don't think it's actually, it's funny for a tank, it does, I would imagine, because the way it's connected here, it's mostly supposed to go up and down, but maybe some limited left and right articulation depending on how the pistons maneuver that cannon, potentially to you know, maybe get some arc of fire, be a little bit limited, but that's just the design. Yeah, like this thing that's kind of represented here, this kind of ball or dome-like thing. I wonder if there could be perhaps like a dome piece instead of this ball. If anything, I might want to either add some stickers or maybe paint the 3 dots that you see here. What else is there? This section here, the way it comes out, you got like, I don't know what you call these little bumps here. It doesn't angle up, but you know, it does the job right here. And the front has this, look, even to this point where it has this little kind of piece in the middle here, right? You can see that represented here, and the way this piece comes up down here. I mean, well, you don't have it separated, but it angles up. You see the rear. You can see, yeah, these angle down a bit more than this, but that's all right. If anything, I could probably technically angle it up higher because, again, realistically, this tank turret doesn't really do much, you know, rotating or pivoting left and right. You got this. These are basically exhaust ports. I wonder if I can find some Lego pieces printed like for this size round tiles that have a similar kind of look. Maybe something for like the Millennium Falcon. I bet you, unless those are stickers, which maybe I can get a hold of. I think you can probably ask Lego to send you a set if for whatever reason. I don't know about this. Oh yeah, this is just a thing that holds the cannons here that it would kind of rotate for, you know, forward and back, sweep. What else is there? There are some lights down here, which is kind of represented. You got these 2 bumps, which is kind of down here too, if you can see that. But then this has an extra set of like brake lights, which I don't know, at least on this, it's not here, but no big deal. I got another kind of exhaust port in this plate back here, which roughly represented here. The tank tread, at least it's a little bit tighter inside. It could be, if there's a way to push them out just a bit more, then it would kind of sit wider like this. I'm not sure if this is truly the way it is, but you know, it's just based off this one toy, and I have to look at the other reference material. But overall, it's pretty good. But also very importantly is the way they did the tank treads. It's got like these kind of sawtooth, or actually more like claws, or yeah, like really sharp tooth that dig, right, that are kind of going forward like this, right? You can see that. Hopefully, I can zoom up, and that's pretty nicely represented. And it kind of follows this too, you know. It just, or especially if you see the illustration of this, it does look more toothy like this, and they try to do it here, but it's kind of goes around like this, and the tank truss goes through here, and it comes up. What I had to change was they wanted me to just basically mirror this part, like the way this goes like this. Then you just take that same piece and you attach it, but it'll start going like the teeth were going like this way, which doesn't look right because this is supposed to be a continuous. One thing is it's front and back supposed to both aim like that forward, right? Kind of like this, the teeth. And there's also the fact that this is all supposed to be one thread that goes through this piece here, and not this way. It wraps around whatever this gear or wheel is, and then it goes down, it comes through here, and then it comes back like that. And so if that's one, they should all be facing the same direction. So that just required me to just make a little modification. It's just the way this connected. Instead of you having it at, I used this at the beginning here. So I guess I kind of rotate it so that this piece would connect up here, and this one is connecting to the back here, essentially. You got some little bit of greebling and detail in there as well in there, which is kind of cool. And if you compare this to this side, it looks really close in form. The way this wraps, you know, it's just kind of, it's supposed to kind of bulge out a bit like this, and as well as in the back. And overall, I think it captures the look of this really well. Now these don't, of course, treads and the wheels don't really rotate and kind of, you know, move. It's static, which is fine, but it conveys the look of it pretty well, I think. Now, looking at the source material, and I have some, see if I can get it in screen here. And I'll temporarily, I get enough side here. You know, I got this book that's for the Metal Slug, The Ultimate History, and it talks about all the different versions of it. And let me see if I can back this up a little bit. Try to aim it up high like this for a moment. And let me just lock this guy in the back over. Get this things out of the way. And it's got the whole history of all the games from its conception, all the artwork, well, a lot of it. You can see here, and you see, like, that's what I mean by the way it has the teeth that kind of go out like this. And they've always shown it in different colors, and they actually go over some of the design and various promotional art. It's like 1, 2, 3, all the artwork, different machines. There's that helicopter, and then they also, I always like this other game that I thought was kind of related to it. It was called In the Hunt. It's like a submarine game, so it's kind of like Metal Slug, so you don't have the person get out of the sub. And it's cool. It's like a side-scrolling game, and you launch these torpedoes and these hit air targets, and you got to watch out for these things coming down. Like you can hit this aircraft that's trying to drop depth charges or torpedoes or something from above. And it could be 2 players as well. I think there's a different color sub for the other one, and you fire torpedoes and you take down ships, and then you got these crazy bosses. You got like these things on a chain that like spin around, and you gotta kind of dodge them, don't get hit, obviously. And things, you know, they're probably launching things at you. There's mines. It's a really cool game. Here's some of the bosses. And so it's very much in the same style as Metal Slug. And they show you like the various designs in the, oh here, so SV. So you can see how this really, let me see if I can bring this into frame with this. It really matches like the look and feel of this. And this might be pretty accurate, more so than the little one, because when I look at the way this comes out, it doesn't come out nearly as wide as this one does. As you can see, this is maybe particularly wide. But you know, this is all you know, hand-drawn animation and stuff, and you know, that stuff can vary, but You can see that this actually holds pretty true to that design, and you can see there's that exhaust or whatever that thing is coming up the back. Very cool. They tend to aim the guns backwards, so maybe that's what I'll do. Like I'll aim it back like that a bit more, just to make it look like kind of like how it's mostly been illustrated as, which isn't too hard, but you can see the way, you can imagine the way these are attached onto these kind of, I don't know, like faucets pieces. If you're not careful, you can, pull them off. It's not held down like super securely, it's only like one stud here and friction, fit on here. But if I hold this down and carefully rotate it around, aim it back that way, it could probably work. But I'll worry about that later. And I guess there were other, see how the shape of the, let me zoom in a little bit, the shape of the treads kind of go like from here, and it goes like up and around, out like that, and that just captures it so well with that. And then there's a, I guess, an SV-002, and most of it's the same. I just think maybe this is some sort of antenna array as well or something. This one's more round, this one's more flat, and the rear cannons on this one, what differentiates it too. This looks like a Gatling, versus this looks more futuristic. It looks like I don't know, maybe like a laser cannon, which is actually probably, this is probably what's represented here, yeah, 002. And this is the 1, so it has the older guns, and you can see, and they go over the enemies and all the characters, all their animation, the separate screenshots, and this is a really cool book. I mean, it's huge. It's like over 400 pages. Let's see. I mean, you count the glossary and everything. It ends at basically 451 with the last artwork in the back. Really good stuff. It's very, it's just really cool. I mean, this, again, I wasn't the best at this game, but I did enjoy playing it and getting as far as I could. And yeah, anyways, that being said, I looked at this as well as a number of other source material online just to see what I can do to potentially make this better. And let me retract this camera at about here. I think it's gonna hold, hopefully wind the shot. And I think I'm gonna do a couple of things differently. I'm gonna change up, this is all right, but I think it'll look kind of cool, and you kind of see it here, and some versions of it, a number of them I've seen this more yellow, so I'm going to try to get a transparent yellow piece of this, which I did order it. And the only other thing, oh yeah, this tends to have like a yellowish thing here, which I think kind of stands out. Some other versions of it I've seen, it looks maybe a little bit more tan colored. And I think that might look better, so I might replace this piece with the tan one, just to make it look closer to this. And then I don't believe these should be this dark as well in here, so either make it tan or like a gray color of some sort. I don't think it should be black, but maybe it should still have these single studs that have the hole in it, not the solid ones that are filled. So then at least the middle part will be kind of, recessed in black, like, sort of like how this is. And lastly, the only other thing I want to modify is the tank tread. Although this is really cool, I think it's a little bit too dark. Most of the artwork I've seen is that it doesn't look like these are actually black. They could be like this, kind of like a bronze or kind of a rustic or brownish tone, or like gunmetal, or maybe some sort of gray color. So I might do these in like a dark blue gray. You know, this is more like light blue gray, right? That's what usually Lego calls it these days. This light gray, very common one, is a light blue gray. To be honest, I just cannot see any blue in it, but that's what they call it. Same with the dark blue gray. Can't see it. It just looks like, you know, darker. It looks about maybe this tone of gray. And so definitely the inside of these wheel parts right here shouldn't be that dark. And I ordered a couple of different ones to try, but either it'll be in the same light gray, or maybe I might do it in a dark gray, as well as all these tread parts. I'm probably going to use the dark gray. Black is a little bit too contrasty, and it might just, you know, because black creates a negative space a bit, lightening up and making it a dark gray might just give like more substance and allow you to actually see the texture, the grippy, you know, nature of these tank treads, the way that they're designed, just a little bit better. And originally all the parts are here, number one. Plus there's a decent amount of extras, and I actually had a set of extra enough to, they wanted you to leave this blank in here. See how it has still has these two pieces like that. Inside here, well, the way it connects is like this, and then that will leave like a, because I reversed it or flipped it around to get the directions of the treads, but it's blank here. So you want to complete this by adding more of these in here, so that it just kind of looks complete and like it's all going in and out. It's a little bit less obvious on the bottom, so I wasn't tripping about that too much, but I will probably replace it. But yeah, I had to add those two. Luckily there were just enough, like 4 extra in the spare parts, that I could fill it up here and over here just to try it out, and you know, kind of complete the look while I have it like this. But what I'm going to do is again, probably recolor these into dark gray. I think that'll look a little better. And then I do have like a metallic silver too, which maybe I'll use instead for the actual grippy teeth part. I just bought myself a couple of variations just to try and see what looks the best. But I do think instead of just black and gray, I think adding another gray tone, maybe differentiating it here a little bit and doing something with these, and then again adding the tan pieces here and a spark of yellow right into that spotlight up on the top of the turret, I think will help this spice this up a little bit. I'll have to look again at the source, some reference images and stuff, whether there's any kind of decals or something I could buy or make that I can add just to put that extra little bit of detail onto this, and then it should be called quits and be done. But yeah, I think this is a good size. In case you're wondering, it's about, let's see, it's about 5 inches long. Yeah, basically it's about 5 inches across this way. From here to here, I reckon it's basically about 3.5, and then the height should count roughly here. It's about kind of around 4 inches high. And yeah, how much I pay for this? Did I mention earlier? I forget. Wasn't too much. I think it was on sale for like under $20. I'm pretty sure maybe like 14-ish. But yeah, I think this was pretty good. It went together without any issues, complete parts and then some. And and there's room for some relatively easy mods, but I think it'll help enhance the overall look of it. Yeah, so that's it for now. I might either make a separate video, or I might just tack on the final version after I've made my mods to this, and we'll just go over it one more time at that point. Again, maybe at the end of this video, just right after this part, soon enough, or I might just do it as a separate one. But I'm going to try to probably make it no, I think I will do it in a separate video. This one got kind of long, and I think the previous one was long enough, so we're just going to break it down into probably 3 parts. Okay, that's it for now. I just wanted to get something out front at the beginning of the video before I proceed. Just want to give credit where credit's due. Like, I did some research after the fact, this because most of these kits off of AliExpress generally are taken from somebody that's done them probably on Rebrickable, and when I just did a quick search, looked through it, there's lots of ones, and I found one that's just like this, and I believe that's what it's from. So it's from, I want to give credit where credit's due. So this is Lioncity Mocs, and the MOC number is 24110, if I'm not mistaken. But just do a search for Metal Slug tank or something, and you'll find something that looks like this. So it should be under Lioncity Mocs. So you did a great job. But yeah, I didn't know that until after I bought the kit from AliExpress. But anyways, it is what it is here. But I just wanted to at least get that up front before getting into the rest of the video.